West Coast Living. I am back out here at the demonstration garden brought to you by Standard Feed and Seed in Hemming Park. If you haven't checked it out yet, you need to come out here and see it. I'm with my man David, the head of all things that grow at Standard Feed and Seed. David, this garden, we came out here, what, 2 months ago?
Yeah, about 8 weeks.
About 8 weeks, and as you look around, this thing is flourishing. We've already, the last time we were here, we did a harvest on the collards and the mustards, and the kale's still growing.
Oh yeah.
How often, because people at home are like, oh, you're a professional, you do this all the time, how much work has gone into making this thing look like this?
Well, I come out here every other day to make sure that there's no insect damage, to make sure that it's been watered properly, and to fertilize when you need.
Yep. So it's not, I mean, in your backyard, that's not that hard. Every other day, check on it, water it.
Yep.
But right now, we've done some replanting here. We're doing some herbs here.
Yes.
What do we got here?
Well, we've got rosemary, we've got spearmint, peppermint, we've got a ground cover mint, and then we also have strawberries.
One of the easiest starter plants for anybody who's never done it is herbs. I mean,
Yes.
these are so simple.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I learned from my wife, whatever, but these are like the simplest things. Pull off here, right?
Yep. Take it out of the pot.
And then these right here, the roots.
Yep, just loosen them up.
Loosen those, make sure they're going down,
tight.
right?
Yep, make a nice little hole for it. You don't want to plant it too deep. You want it to be just flush with the top. Compacted
Super
in.
easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it, y'all. And so this right here, this is fun. We're doing some herbs here that in a few weeks, when we do this segment, we're gonna be working with our friends at Town Hall, and we're gonna be making some cocktails.
Oh yeah, Christmas cocktails.
Christmas cocktails with these. Super easy. This one right here, rosemary.
Rosemary.
How do you get it this bushy?
Well, you have to take care of it. You have to prune it properly. You have to make sure it's got full sunlight. Use fertilizer when needed. And like I said, you just trim it. Just take care of it.
You're trimming this one like a Christmas tree?
Oh, yeah, exactly. You want to take the top off here. Take it a little bit down. Anything sticking too far out the sides. And it'll continue to grow and flush out.
The best part of herbs, rub your hands all over them.
The smell.
Oh, it smells so good. That with some potatoes in the oven, so good. All right,
yeah.
So this is super easy. Herb garden, we'll be coming back to that in a couple weeks. But it's holiday time, and what does that mean? Poinsettias. Or poinsettias. However you want to say it, doesn't matter.
It's right either way.
Now, one of the things here, David, I'm used to people taking just this and putting that on their front porch.
Well, you
But
can.
we're going to put these in the ground?
Yes, they'll continue to live. This is a perennial plant. It likes full sun.
Full sun, and so instead of, you can stick this in the ground, and then it only blooms when?
Well, it blooms typically around this time of year, in the early fall, early winter.
Do you need to pull the roots down on these two?
Yes, always loosen the roots if you see it bound up around where it's been sitting in the pot for a while. And yeah, poinsettias will bloom up until, around January or February. It is an evergreen plant. It does tend to stop growing when it's really hot, but it will continue to grow.
So it'll last
slowly.
through the summer?
Yes, it will. And you can, like I said, you can put them in full sun. And so they do like full sun.
During the summer and during those months, it'll just be a greenery, right?
Oh yeah.
It'll be a greenery, and then it'll bloom perfect during the holiday season.
Yes, towards the end of the summer, you can use a blooming fertilizer to help it out with a high phosphorus number, and that will help the red, the white, or the pink foliage come out at the right time.
And then you don't have to buy them every year, right?
That is correct. You do not.
You got them all out front. You're still going to want some in your house.
Yeah, and you can train these poinsettias to even grow up as high as 3 feet high, like a topiary tree.
3 feet?
Yes, sir. I've seen that.
It's like a poinsettia bush.
Exactly.
And so these right now, you got a ton of variety here. We got red, pink, and white.
Yes, sir.
All kinds of variety at the shop.
Oh yeah, we have plenty in stock, and we will definitely keep these through the Christmas season.
These are easy to take care of as well?
Yes, they are. It has a low watering requirement. Just make sure the soil stays moist. You don't want it to be too wet.
How often do you think you got to water these?
Well, you check the soil. If you feel the soil and it's warm and dry, you want to water it. If it's cool and moist to the touch, then you can let it go. Just keep up with the soil.
Now, lately we've been getting some cold temps. What about with this stuff here? Anybody who's got vegetables or these things, I mean, the tomatoes over there, you can see they're starting to get some fruit on them.
Oh yeah.
What's your policy for covering?
Well, if you can, cover it up. When you're going to get a hard frost or even a freeze, definitely cover up anything that's blooming or that has fruit on it. some of the greens and the other type, the broccolis and things like that, are more cold tolerant than tomatoes and peppers.
Nice.
So you just got to know what you're working with and know how to protect it.
Well, good stuff. Come check out the garden here. Demonstration garden, Hemming Park. You got to come see it. This thing is flourishing, and get yourself some poinsettias. Again, $1 off the raised bed bags, $1 off the Bonnie plants, $1 off the
farm soils.
all this, $1 off a lot of stuff. Standard Feed and Seed. Just get there and check it out and tell them that First Coast Living sent you. This is really cool, man. Appreciate your time again, David.
All right.
I always learn something.